What's up, everybody? Berserker Bear coming to you for another edition of Bushwhacking Tartaria. Number 8, Kensington Water Tower. This is my YouTube channel, if you're familiar. Top rocker icon, bottom right. Click that link. That's how you get to right here. Appreciate it if you stop by. Now let's get right into it. I said Kensington Water Tower. There's Buffalo. And let's bushwhack it. That's where we are. That's where I'm going to bushwhack. That's where I was earlier. Your proverbial boots on the ground. Little joke there, and you'll see that coming up. But yeah, so this is where I was. We're gonna go over this briefly. I believe Michelle Gibson has mentioned this in her recent video, that she does such wonderful jobs on these water towers. They're all over the place, and I believe that there's also another one here in Buffalo called the Grover Cleveland one. But did you see where we were? Right south of Buffalo Public School, number 61. There's the general Niagara region. Up here to your top left of the screen is Grand Island. And let's zoom into where I'm bushwhacking today, where I was earlier. Boots on the ground. Very impressive structure. That would be the Kensington Water Tower. Why is it called a water tower? I will certainly defer to Michelle on that one. There is no water around here. However, I have said before that these parkways, Robert Moses Parkway and railways, ley lines, possibly canals before. So there may be earthworks, canal systems involved here. And certainly some names of similar, or actually names of structures and buildings in the area, local vicinity, that are also named the same thing, which is in with the narrative that they kind of hide things by doing that characteristic, hiding things by naming close by structures the same thing. So let's get into it. Boom. Bushwhacking Tartaria for you. Very impressive. I had good light today too. Happenstance I made this video. I was literally going to go do bushwhacking at St. Louis Church, because it's got some pretty cool antiquitech on it. But I literally made the wrong turn and got off at Grider Street on the 33. And this thing was staring right at me with the beautiful sunlight on it. So I'm making bushwhacking Tartaria Kensington Water Tower because I made a wrong turn. Effectively, I had plans to do it, but I wasn't going to do it today. Funny how things work out. So yep, I get right out of the car and look at what you see in the background too. These red brick chimneys are all over Buffalo. Got a little bit more build out near and around this area too, so let's check it out. I also was able to peer inside of this thing through the facade. And that's a little bit of a cliffhanger for you. We'll get to that. Yeah, you can begin to see there's actually transition here. From what looks to be big solid bricks to smaller bricks. They're not red brick, but we'll get to that. So I just walked all the way around pretty much the same looking from all the way, all sides, but the top has what couple of the top has these crests, and I believe that there were water towers there before. Let's give you a little preview. Oh, what's that? Or I'm sorry, there were clocks there before. Oh, what's going on there? We'll get to it. Very impressive when you're right up on it, like I always say. You got the crest up top there, and being with the Phoenician facade, and what looks to be large brick. And then the transition to smaller brick. Took a picture of that up close. Very cool. So why did they take that stuff off? Why did they take the belfry off? I'll just shoot right from the hip here and say that there's really no good reason. Now, in with our sideways research and what I did about airships, and now what we're thinking were these water towers related to airships or docking stations for them or refueling stations for them. Because why would they take this off? And we're going to get into a cursory search of the brief history of this water tower. Now, when I say cursory search, I mean effectively what you would do when you're just looking to find the history of something real quick, like anybody would do. Go on to Wikipedia, Google something, and again, in with that, we're not getting deep into academic papers here, and you certainly could, but for the sake of brevity and what I'm just showing you in brief anomalies in the general cursory research, I think that's still valuable in my opinion because they're still anomalies. And I found a really big anomaly. Actually, there's a crack on the facade of the foundation of this thing, and I was able to look inside of it. And I'm going to show you that. It's very interesting. And then we're going to question the narrative. I'll go over what I normally search, how I search things, and just how I don't really, nothing seems to add up as far as finding really legitimate construction pictures. You know, that's one of the things that I really like to see as far as this thing was built in 1911, I believe. And then the actual belfry was taken down, I think, in like the 1950s, 1956, off the top of my head. And why? You know why? There's really no good literature. Again, on a cursory search on the web about this. So I just walked around and took pictures, some close-ups. Had a great sky. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And the bottom of it, you know, at first I was just taking pictures around it. It's the bottom. I seen that it was fenced off, and I'm like, oh man, I can't walk up to it. But check, that changes. Beautiful sky. Oh, I wanted to get the other red brick chimney in that shot there for you. Cool picture right there. You know, why would you feel, I mean, absolutely just, you know, just gorgeous. Look at that. Just gorgeous. You know, an image of times gone by. Just harken back to nostalgia. And you as a researcher of history, I'd like to know, again you get the vanilla sky here. That might even actually look a little bit cockeyed, that top roof there. Deep fake, Hard to tell. There's no real edge giveaway here like UAP found. This looks all pretty much clean, but looks time-lapse because of that flag, but it's definitely a vanilla sky. Anyway, it's so beautiful. Why would you take that belfry out? Another thing, belfry. 667 Kensington Avenue. Built from 1908 to 1909. Designed by the Italian Renaissance style Robert A. Wallace. The tower was originally served triple duty as waterwork structure. There you go. That's interesting there too. Waterwork structure. That's what we're talking about with, underneath the Peace Bridge and the water intake. How is it? This is a waterwork structure. Where is all the water infrastructure in and around it? There seems to be not even a fire hydrant. You're there. There is, but you get what I'm saying. Clock tower, of course. An observation deck. Observation deck. Okay, like observation deck for observing Zeppelins coming in. In 1947, 4 illuminated clock details, or clock dials, each 7½ feet in diameter, were removed and replaced with copper louvers and glass block. In 1951, the Belvedere, which is this thing, the Belvedere, okay, which is on same thing for Belvedere type style houses, French style houses. That would be the Belvedere or the Belfry, I believe. I think it's the same thing, though I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that, please. The Belvedere with an observation deck was removed. The observation deck featured 8 open Palladian arches, beautiful, with pilasters above the present balustrade. It had a copper cornice, okay, and faceted clay tile roof with a copper finial. 4 copper downspouts. Wow, 4 copper downspouts led from the tile roof into a 705,000 gallon water tank. Okay, that's where I can't find any pictures of that or any kind of inside pictures. Man, maybe the next step is to try to get inside of these things. That would be really movie-esque type deal, huh? That'd be really bushwhacking Tartaria. I mean, seriously though, it's possible. I'll tell you what, if I can get in one of these things, I would. Okay, 4 copper downspouts, lead from the tile roof, 705,000 gallons. That's pretty huge. That'd be impressive. So what waterworks? I would just try to find, for example, literature on that or a video to see how they did that, because it seems very like a big construction effort, and it's done within the time frame of camera. Few civic buildings in Buffalo have suffered greatly from mid-century renovations, and perhaps none represent a more exciting opportunity for restoration. I agree. How about opportunity for research into what's going on with the past here? Seriously, why was it taken down? Construction photos of the whole thing, of the 750,000 or 705,000 gallon tank that they just referred to. These things I have questions about. Look at this. There goes the front of it. That's just built to last. These old structures, old world structures, whatever they were for, whether they were for earthworks, whether they were for waterworks, docking stations, docking towers for airships, or all of the above, or aether energy grabbing things. And man, I feel compelled to get this stuff out to you and get on the ground and do it. And I really hope you guys appreciate this, because it's so fascinating to me. Because look what I talked about with Philip Drzinin Campbell from Autodidactic. We were studying the possibility of free energy, and if we think that these structures had them, I am going to get boots on the ground for you no matter what, because I like to do it. And I believe that the information, or at least the query, needs to be out there. What were they doing with these structures, and why can't we really find the true history of them? Why can't we really find proper construction photos, legitimate diagrams of the earthworks, of the water tank? Of course, that I'd urge you to send it to me if you can. if you find it. Look at that. It's just so beautiful. The Kensington Water Tower. A beautiful piece of old world, at the very least, architecture. Or these things were Antiquitech, the whole things. The whole piece of architecture itself. Here we go. I believe this is the video. Now, I have an unbelievable anomaly coming up for you. Boots on the ground. Yeah, actually, there goes the little joke there for you. Let's see that again. It's actually sandals on the ground today. That's where I am. Look at that. You see, you got right across the street, build out. I couldn't help myself. Oh no. What did I just do? Sorry about that. Yeah. Red brick all over the place here in Buffalo, retrofitted with a beautiful, beautiful awning, huh? But yeah, it's all over, anywhere you turn. Point being, oh yeah, where is he? My man right here was my man right there was crushing it, singing whatever he was singing, man, just doing it. He was a nice little soundtrack for my little giddy up here. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. You know, right in my backyard, literally 5-minute drive, took a wrong turn. St. Louis Cathedral, the church is where I was going. That's another one for you. One of thousands in Buffalo. So yeah, as I was, now check that out. Okay, see, now that's going to come into play in a minute. What I was talking about the anomaly or cracking the facade. See, I said it looked like they're massive blocks, but it's just the facade, I believe. Okay, here. See, that's it's not a huge, massive block. It's just a little 4-inch block. I mean, they're still big blocks, but they're not as big as it makes you think they are, I guess is what I should say. It was one thing too. If this is shaking a little bit, I apologize. If you can notice the shake, because it was a little bit windy, a little bit chilly, and I was a little bit cold. Look at that. See that? Interesting, like a little patch job. But you'll notice the same thing on the other side. I accidentally hit stop on the camera there. So it's just continuing right along. I mean, to me, they just look like big blocks, and then there goes the transition. Interesting that with the yellow the yellow bricks. So this is where I realized that it's not flush up against it, shore up. I could walk right there. I literally just realized I could walk in there. So then I was like, don't mind if I do. And then I wanted to come up on this thing. Now, yeah, the yellow, that more modern? Any Masons? Is that more modern? That would help to indicate an age to this thing. But would it though? Because look what I see here. And why? This is absolutely nuts. I hope I got, oh yeah, I should have got this. So then I see that oh wow, wait. Guys, watch this. I had my flash. I just realized I had my flashlight on. Okay, whoa, what's that? Whoa. Am I starting to see? So I literally forgot that I had my flashlight in my back pocket. and I was happier than a pig in you know what. So I'm like, well, let's take a peek up in here. Trying to get the right angle. Boom. Yo, okay, excuse me. Now that looks like, I don't necessarily know what I'm looking at here. It looks like red brick. Like, that looks like red brick. Oh man, I got some. Let's use the flashlight. Oh goodness, sorry, Mary. See that color? Okay. Now, you tell me what we're looking at here. I'm looking at I'm looking through the facade here, ladies and gentlemen. And that looks like I got mortar with red brick. Looks like I got, okay, there you go. And when I get the, when I shine the light off it a little bit, there you go. What do I got? What do I got here? Please help out. It looks like there you go. Look at that. Looks like a structure underneath with even a curve maybe to it. I was getting chills because this would indicate two construction layers. Okay. Look at that. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay, look. So, old found brick, red brick, a curved red brick, maybe, or broken maybe red brick. Mortar. This is a red. Is this a red brick right here? Mortar, another red brick. So is this a red brick structure underneath what we're talking about here? I am not definitively saying and making a claim or a charge that it is. I'm definitely saying it definitely looks like that though. And you can definitely posit the question because it looks so much like that. Brick. Brick. Two construction layers, or do they what construction layer do they do mortar and brick and then go over it with facade? I'm all ears. Yeah, that definitely looks like a broken brick. Ooh. Okay. Whoa, there you go. Okay. Yeah, what am I looking at here? What we're looking at is through the facade to the older layer. It would seem to indicate two construction types. That's what you call looking through the facade, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you call bushwhacking Tartaria. See how it's bowing out there too? You know? So yeah, 5 inches thick stuff here, possibly a poured facade. But yeah, did you see how compelling is that? People look at this and just think that it's made of like that, but no, actually it seems to possibly be that there's another red brick structure underneath that. And then I have serious questions because where's the literature on that? Very, very, very interesting. And I try to take some more pictures. Let's see if I got a better picture for you. It's a visual comparison of that red brick that I got. There you go. Yeah. Now, again, wow, very similar. Wow. I have questions. Like I said, I was getting chills. It was like, wow, look at, doing some Chester copper pot type stuff. Look at that. Is this mortar with a red brick set inside? Mortar in between, so it looks like someone's setting. They did that and then facaded over it. but there's no construction literature about it or video. And it looks like almost it was kind of collapsing a little bit and crumbling, of course. And you think of like what I think of if you have paneling on your walls, like I do in my house. It's an older house, and sometimes you can hear the drywall or the plaster and lath crumbling behind it. It just accumulates at the bottom of the paneling, and maybe that's what's happening here. I could only, oh, there goes a better one. Yeah, that's what it looks like's happening to me. I mean, this is inside that water tower. Looks like we have layered red brick mortar, indicative of Tartarian structure. And that was on that left side down here. And then I walk around again. Now, I didn't have any audio on the video that I did because I was obviously intending to. Remember the patch over that I seen? So the patch over on this side, they retrofitted some modern equipment up into. See that patch on the other side with that patch in that yellow? That's a iron replacement for a window there. Obviously modern, but yeah, I'm gonna try to not start to wrap it up a little bit because we're gonna go over a little bit of the research and try to find show you guys how when I get interested in this or I see a possible old world structure here in Buffalo and I go look for it, just a real quick look on the web, Google, Wikipedia, Infogalactic, try to find articles, try to find pictures. I'm going to show you that real quick, and that's kind of what I do when I'm doing my research, and you could do this stuff too if you have it out here. I mean, you see it. Again, I'm going to get a second monitor. When I have my second monitor, I can use the OBS system that I have. You can see it right here. I have it. I just need a second monitor, so I am in the process of upgrading systems. But regardless, that stands to reason that you guys can actually do this yourself too. I'm leaning a phone up next to on a paperweight like I've told you before and getting this information on my, look at that, that's a good picture. I wanted to get the red. Anybody got juice on the gravy on the yellow brick? I'd like to hear it, please. Obviously, we see that this stuff is a facade and there's stuff underneath it. So is this another portion of another form of facade? Actually, I'm just thinking about that right now. But what was I talking about? I forget what I was talking about before that. Anyway. Oh yeah, you can, excuse me, you can do this in your backyard. I'm leaning my phone up next to on a paperweight. And I went out and I took these pictures, loaded them up on my Google. That's all I use my Google account for. Oh yeah, I want to take a picture of that. Confirmed. We got the 33 here in Buffalo. Goes right through the city. Actually goes right through the Humboldt Parkway. Used to be a parkway and they tore it up. That's another gravy thing that we have researched about. Actually, good research partner, Muddy May, he gave me a lot of information about this Kensington Water Tower and Humboldt Parkway. Muddy May, thank you very much, as always. The best research partner. So yes, that is the Kensington Water Tower. Boots on the ground for you. And, I just do something like this. Obviously, I'm here, Google. Sorry if you can't see that, but I'm on Google up here. And you just do Kensington Water Tower, Buffalo, New York, and you get pictures like this. And you also get pictures of other water towers in the area, which is what I'm talking about with rebranding of stuff. There's actually the Kensington apartments, Kensington Tower apartments that are nearby this water tower in Buffalo, and I just think it lends credence to the whole, usurping and rebranding of stuff and confusing people, when they're doing stuff like me, doing stuff like Michelle, doing stuff like autodidactic and getting into the research of this stuff, it's hard to find pictures of construction of something that's so cool like that. You know, you just do a cursory search like this, Kensington Water Tower, and you get other towers. Or if you just add to it, Kensington Water Tower was not now. Erected corner Kensington Avenue, Grider, 1908. See, the other one says different time. 1909. Steel tank, 40 feet in diameter, 85 feet. See, oh yeah, similar, 704,000 gallons. Where's pictures of that? We have great, beautiful pictures of stuff like this. And it's just it's brief. You know, where I can't find pictures. Here's where it says the owner. You can look that stuff up yourself. Physical description. Buffalo Water Tower with observation deck on the top picture. See, this one says built in 1911. There you go. This one says built from 1908 to 1909. There you go. Boom, another anomaly. Tower top removed 1950s-ish. Somewhere around there. I mean, that would have been an impressive feat. Where are those pictures? If anybody can find them, please send them. This is an interesting thread, too, that they're talking about. My husband and I are scenic route, driving out for dinner this evening, and they drove down Kensington Avenue in a tower-like structure, corner. And they tried to find something on the internet about it, but they couldn't. Can anyone identify the building for me? Do you mean this building? And it shows on Google Maps where it is, where we were. Yep, I'm pretty sure it's the old water tower. I bet it was built around the same time the old Buffalo City Hospital was, ECMC. Thanks for the reply. We thought that's what it might be, but wasn't sure. There are so many interesting things in Buffalo to discover. Exactly. It is a water tower. Another is on Bailey. There you go. I think that one is the Grover Cleveland one. And what they're saying is they couldn't find it. Okay. Is it this postcard, 1911? Immigrated to the U.S., whatever. Let's see what this is. Photo bucket. Yeah, there you go. Belfry, another old picture. Very cool. No time for it, but look how beautiful that belfry was. And why would they knock it down, and why wouldn't we have pictures of it? And why don't they have any more detail? It's not even, this thing isn't even on Wikipedia, to be honest with you, this water tower. So was it an earthwork, a waterworks, a belfry tower for docking of airships? We don't know. We just know that there's anomalies all in and around it. And we need your help. It's soliciting you. Come check me out at my YouTube channel. Thumbs up, sub, share it out there, and help us try to find information on stuff like why a beautiful belfry like this was removed, and why don't we know about it? Why is there red brick underneath this seemingly facade here? Was this all waterworks? Were these all canals? These questions need to be asked, and hopefully you can help us out with them. There's another edition for you of Bushwhacking Tartaria with Berserker Bear. Take care. I will report back as always.